So guys, today we'll be discussing about conditional statements in Python. Basically, we'll be looking at if else. But before that, we need to see about control flow statements. Conditional statements are a part of control flow statements, right? So control flow, first we need to understand what is control flow or flow control, right? Now, if you we have made many programs till now. You must have seen one thing that the program is executed from top to bottom, right? What I mean to say is that if you're writing a line such as print hello world, and then you're writing x equal to 10, and then you're just writing x. So now the flow of control, just try to understand what I'm saying, is going from this first line to second line to third line, right? We are moving from the top to bottom. This is the flow of control, right? The flow of control. It is going line by line. That is the flow of control by default. First, print hello world is executed, then x equal to 10, and then x. It is not so that first x equal to 10 happens, and then print hello world happens, and then x is printed. Or that first x equal to 10 happens, then x is printed, and then print hello world is printed. No, the flow of control is from the top, is from the first line and so on till the last line. That is the default flow of control, right? But now, if you want to change the flow of control, right, the flow of the program, we will use control flow statements. We are controlling the flow of the program, the flow of the execution, right? That is why we are using here control flow statements. And conditional statements will be a part of this control flow statements, right? So control flow is the order in which statements or blocks of codes are executed at runtime, right? Now suppose I want a block of code means some statements to be executed only when a certain condition is met, or if I want to execute a block of code several times, right? This is how I am changing the flow of control, right? So we'll see these all things, how we set a condition, how we run some block of code several times, right? So in control flow statements, we are having conditional statements, transfer statements, and iterative statements. Now, conditional statements are about giving a condition. Some block of code will only run when you give a certain condition, right? We'll see the example. Then we are having transfer statements. Transfer statements, we'll discuss them later when we will be discussing about iterative statements. Iteration means repetition. So when I want to run a certain block of code several times, I'm iterating, right? So then we use iterative statements. Now in conditional, we are having if else, if else, nested if else. In transfer, we are having break, continue, pass, and in iterative, we are having for and while, right? Now, let us look into if. Okay, so I said in conditional statements, you will be giving a condition, right? A condition. Now, suppose you are having a variable car, okay, which takes an input from the user about the price of the car, right? And now you want to check, okay, now what you want in the output is that either you buy the car or you do not buy the car, right? Now the condition is that if the car, the price of the car is less than 20 lakh, then you buy it. And if it is, right, then you buy. Else, if it is not greater, if it is greater than 20 lakh, then you do not buy it. Then you do not buy it, right? Now see, suppose I create here a car variable, okay, which takes some input, enter price of the car, right? Okay, so we'll enter some price of the car. Now the thing is, I will buy the car only if it is less than 20 lakh. right? That is in the output, it will say buy the car only when the car variable's value is less than 20 lakhs, right? So we are getting an if condition. If you see, I will buy the car only if it is less than 20 lakhs. Else, I will not buy the car. That is, the output will show do not buy the car, right? So now implement how we will implement it. We'll just write if car less than 20. Okay, let us give it in the form of a string 20 lakh. Okay, and now you write print buy the car. Okay, and now how you will give the else? You will write else print do not buy the car. Okay, now one very important thing to be kept in mind is the syntax of this if. First you write if and then you write an expression. Right here the expression is this thing, car less than 20 lakh. This will evaluate, this expression should evaluate to true or false, a boolean value, right? If the condition, if it is met as true, then only this block of code will be executed, that is print by the car. If a false value comes up here, then the else block will be executed, right? And you have to keep in mind the indentation, the space. Whenever we use the if statement or else, so after you can see when I write if car less than 20 lakh, then I'm getting this space, or we can say an indent, right? So this indent specifies this block of code, right? Like this statement print by the car is inside this if block, right? We can say like this is inside the if block, and this print do not buy the car is inside the else block. Some more statements could also have come, right? Any number of statements can come, print buy the car and anything, print the car is awesome, right? Any number of statements can come. Now this statement is inside the if block. How can I say this? Because there is the indent, you can see, right? Similarly in the else block, right, you can just write print the car is too expensive, something like this, and or anything x equal to 45, any number of statements, anything you can do, right? But there should be this indent. If it comes out of the indent, then it comes out of the else block. Now you will try that basically. Okay, now let us check the program. Okay, two things to be kept in mind, the syntax if and then expression which evaluates to a true false value, and then the indent, because most of the people make mistake in indent, right? Now if I try to run it, enter price of the car. Now if I give it, okay, I've written there less than 20 lakhs. This won't work. I should give a numerical value only. 20. Okay, now I think it's, yes, it's 20 lakh. Let us again run it. Okay. Yeah. Now I write it. I'm giving some huge amount. So it's saying type error. Okay. Now we need to typecast it. So I'm giving some big number. So you can see I'm getting in the output, do not buy the car. Now this if statement will not run since this condition is false here, right? If suppose the car's price was somewhere around this much, less than 2 lakhs, so it's saying buy the car. Simple. Okay.